Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Anuluwapo by name. I'm excited to see you again. In today's video, I'll be taking us through the world of command prompts. Yes, command prompt. This is an important and essential tools that is being used by IT professionals, even developer. And this command prompt is text-based interface which makes our work easier and faster in interacting with computer instead of us going into our graphical user interface clicking from one face to another. But with just a line of code we can actually make work easier and faster, and this is what this video is all about. We are going to start from the scratch, understanding navigating from different directories to another, and then in the subsequent video that I'm going to do we'll move down to using some command code to for troubleshooting in terms of network connectivity, such code like ipconfig, ping. But relax, we soon get to that, but let's start from the basics. So if you are finding it difficult to understand command prompt, this is the best video for you to understand it. So let's get started with command prompt. So I'm going to go to my search bar and search for command prompt. Sorry, I'm going to search for command com, and then I'm going to open it as I'm going to right click and run it as an administrator so that I can have access to the privileges of an admin. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to accept and say yes and click yes. And here we are in the interface. So we are in the face now. So let's try and understand what this is all about. So now you can see that we have C, Windows and System 32. So this seal is actually telling us that I'm in my C drive. I'm in my C drive, and that is where my operating system is being installed. And inside my C drive I have a directory, so I will call it a directory or a folder. It's still the same thing. So it means in my C drive I have a Windows folder or Windows directories, and inside my Windows directory I have another folder or directories which is System 32. Let's see how this looks like in the graphical user interface. So if I come down to my folder, and then I'll come down to my local disk. So this is where I am. This is my local disk. Under my local disk, that is my C drive, I have my Windows. This is the folder Windows. And then if I scroll down, and then we jump down to System 32. So that is just the GUI of the command interface that I show us. So now let's get started from the basis. This code I'm going to write, just relax, you will understand it better. So I'm going to start from the scratch by pressing this and then press enter. So let's start from this. When you see this, it means you are in your C drive, as I've said. So now let's say that I want to know the directories or the folders that are inside my C drive. So what am I going to type? So I'm going to type DIR, which means directory, and then we're going to press enter. So what this will do for us, as we have seen on my screen, is that it will show us the directories that are in my C drive. So in my C drive now I have 11 directories and one file. So this is the file. You can see that there's no directory at the front, while the others have directory. So let's see the meaning of this in our GUI. So if I come down, let me move back a little. So this is what I just displayed in my in the command prompt interface. So we have the adventure cloud resources. These are the directories in our local disk in our C drive. So this is all that we have. Now it means that having known the directories that are inside the C drive, let's say I want to have access to this directory users. How will I get into the users directory? So the code to use is cd and the name of the directories, which is users, URSERS, and then we click on enter. So as you can see now, I'm in my users directory. But what if I don't know what is inside my users directory? What is the text that I'm going to type to know the list of the directories inside this folder. Excuse me, I'm going to type DIR and press enter, and this will list the directories that are inside the users. So if I come down to my GUI and I click on users, you see that I have just 3 directories: public, testing, and users. And if I check here, it's the same thing with what I have. I have the public, I have the testing, and I have the what, and I have the user. So let's go forward. We are just learning how to move from one directory to another directory. So let's say I want to move into this directory user. So what am I going to press? Since I'm in this folder, I'm just going to type DIR, and then I have access into the, so with this now, okay, I'm going to press, sorry, I'm going to type change directory. Sorry, I'm going to type change directory, and the what is the directory that I want to change to? It is what, the user. So I'm going to type user and press enter. So right now I'm in my user directory. Let's start. I'm in my C drive. Under my C drive, I enter the users directory. Inside the users directory, I have the user. So if I want to know the directories that are inside this user, what will I type? I'll just type dir, and then from there and so we can see that I have 17 directories under this directory user. That is why I have my desktop. So if I want to go to my desktop, I'll still type change directories to desktop. When I'm there, then I'm going to type dir, continue like that, just for us to know how to move from one directory to another directory. So having understood how we can know the directories that are inside the directory, I believe you understand what I mean by that. So let's say I want to go back. I want to, okay, let's try this. Let's go down to the desktop. I'm going to the desktop directory. So I'm just going to type cd and then type, sorry, cd and then type desktop de. Okay, so which means I'm in my desktop directory. So if I want to know what is inside the desktop, what will I type? dir. So it's as simple as that. So let's say I want to move back a little bit. I want to move from my desktop to my user. So the text to type is change directories, and then we write dots and then press enter. So this will move backward. You can see that from desktop we are now back to user. But if I want to go from here down to my root, which is my C drive, what will I type? Just type cd and then backspace and then press enter. So we can see that we are fully back into our root drive. So that is how to move from one directories to another directories. You use your dir to know the directories that are inside the folder. Now, having done that, let's see how we can create a folder, how we can create a directory. So I'm going to create a directory in my C drive. So to create a directory in my C drive, since I'm in my C drive, what to type to create a folder or a directory is to type this: make then directory. Make directory, that is the short for MKDIR. And then what is the name of that folder? What is the name of that directory? So I'm going to name it testing. So let me name this as testing, and then I'm going to click enter. So that means if I want to know if I've successfully created a folder testing, if I type, since I'm still in my C drive, if I type dir and press enter, let's see if we have the directory testing. So we have the directory testing. We can also confirm that in our GUI. So if I come down and move back, good, so we have this directory created in our C drive. So let's go back to our GUI. So let's say I want to have access to this directory testing. How do I do that? Just type change directory, which is cd, and the name of the directory I want to access, which is testing, and then I'm going to type enter. So definitely right now I'm in my testing directory. So let's say I want to create a file inside these directories. How do we do that? That is also easy. So I will just type echo dot greater than sign, and then the name of the file. So I'm going to name it, let me name it test dot. The next thing is, what type of file do I want to create? Is it an Excel file? Is it I need to know the extension of that file. Like now, text, the extension of text is txt. We all know PDF. Those are extension, the types of files that I want to create. So for this video, I want to try and create a text file. So, and the format or the acronym of text extension is txt. So I'm going to put txt, and then I'm going to type enter. So that means I've created a text file. So to confirm that, let's go down to our GUI and confirm if we have something of such. So you can see that we have a text file under what, and it's a text document. So, and you can actually check it from here also by what, by just, since we are in the testing directory, just type DIR, and then it will list that I have one file. You can see one file, which is the file that I created. And if I want to delete the file, let's say I want to delete the text file, it's quite easy. Just press delete, and then the name of the text file. So it's going to be, what's the name? Which name did I use? I use okay, test dot txt, and then I'm going to click delete. So if we check, let's type directory, you see that we have 0 file. That is, the file is no longer there. Let's check in our GUI also. We can see this is testing. If I open it, you can see that there's no file there anymore. So this is just the starting point of navigating around directories. Just practice it. Move from one directory to another, move from one folder to folder to folder. And if you want to move backward, you want to go back, don't forget to type your cd dot dot. And if you want to start from the root, just type cd and then the backspace. I believe with this we have been able to learn one or two things in terms of navigating around the directory. So this is what this video is all about. In the subsequent video, we are going to move forward on how to use some of our command line, or some of our command code that we can use for troubleshooting in terms of networking. We are still going to do that, but let's just get our hands dirty with this one. And lastly, before I go, I'm going to do this one before I go. So let's say we have I have a laptop, I have a system, and I want to quickly go through the information about the system. I want to know some little things about the system. Instead of me going into the GUI, I can actually just type this code, and then it will give me details of the system. So, and the text is system info, and then if you press enter, so let's wait for it. So good, as you can see, I have this beautiful information about my system. So this is my host name, which is my name, the operating system that I'm using. Windows 11 Pro. This talks about the operating system that I'm using. If you move down, you look at some of the important information about my system, my Windows directory, my BIOS version, my VM, my network card, my NIC, a lot of things that we can actually learn from this. My IP, my private IP, all of this, it shows that I have an hypervisor. I've done a video on how to enable hypervisor on our Windows. So there are many beautiful things that we can actually do with this command prompt, very fast. Since the more you get familiar with the code, the more you know that it is very interesting and it is very easy. So watch out for my next videos, whereby we are going to be learning how we can code that we can just type to actually use in troubleshooting, such as the IP, config, ping, you know, as many that we are going to see in my next video. So that is why you need to subscribe so that you can get the notification, like, and also I will appreciate your comment if you find this video educative enough. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.